How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Okay, this is gonna be my last video talking about this shit. Starting off here, I only gonna talk about the top part, but to clarify, I was using the image of Daniel versus Harbin as more to say they share the same universe instead of them actually fighting. Now, Lookism, Criticism, and Manjakim, all of them series can be shared in the same universe, but some can be weaker than others. Some could be more grounded and down to earth like Viral Hit, but some could also be a lot more exaggerated in their strength like Lookism, but that doesn't mean that both verses are scaling the same. That's why I bring up the topic of high tiers and low tiers, because Viral Hit is just a bunch of low tiers and Lookism is full with a bunch of high tiers and low tiers, and yeah, you get it. Now, I isn't using crosswords logic here because they share the same universe. Crosswords logic is something like verse equalization, so the fight can work. But verse equalization doesn't always have to apply, let me say something like Naruto versus Luffy. Verse equalization doesn't need to be applied in Naruto versus Luffy because, well, they both can see each other and they both can fight and hit each other. But in that same vein, it would need to be applied in something like Naruto versus Ichigo because Naruto cannot see Ichigo. Inverse logic is not a thing. Well, it is, but it's nothing to bring up in our versus debate. Inverse logic is essentially stuff like I said, Bleach, how you need a certain level of spiritual energy to see Ichigo and Hollows. But the way y'all are using it is because these two share the same universe, they have to be on the same level of strength. That's the way y'all are using it. The verse itself has to have set rules to maybe inhibit these certain fights that might happen. Now let's address the top one. That is not what I said. What I said is you take two characters with the current statements and feats they have and put them against each other. I'm not taking them from their verse, I'm taking them from their side of their verse. I'm taking him from the side of Viral Hit, and I'm taking Daniel from the side of Lookism or Manjakim or whoever you want to say. In simpler terms, I'm taking two characters that exist in the same universe at their current points and putting them up against each other. Next up, I didn't press read more, but I do remember a comment. No, I'm just using regular power scaling. Now, Gray, you shouldn't be saying this shit because you don't know anything about power scaling. Alright, we're on this one now. Yes, that's why I said high tiers, low tiers, and mid tiers exist. And now for the final comment. First, I want to argue with this one. First of all, you spelled Tom wrong and put tons. So yeah, Tom actually stated that Manager Kim gave him a bit of a fight. He was actually a lot more trouble than he was worth and he wouldn't want to fight him again. Hansu, Sandek, and Jinchul is around Manager Kim's level, if not they're slightly stronger. So yeah, like I said, they're around Tom's level, but weaker. And now for the final comment. First and foremost, I use chain scale in my video, it's just how I get Sandek and Hansu to around Tom's level. Y'all don't know to narrative scale because if not I would be having this argument with y'all. And statements are not reliable because you have to look at a couple of things. Who is making the statement? Is it being used literal? And if the statement is reliable? A good example of this will be Xylong. Xylong was stated to be on Gun's level. Gun himself even gassed him up, but Xylong underperformed. The reason for that is because the first guy who made the statement that Xylong was on Gun level had no idea what he was talking about and just knew that Xylong was strong. And Gun was just saying it through hearsay. He never once saw Xylong fight because if he did, he would know Xylong can't beat him. So even though someone as reliable as Gun is making the statement, Xylong cannot be scaled really anywhere because Gun doesn't know Xylong personally. He has never seen him fight. He doesn't know how strong he really is. Then there's something you left out, which is feats. Feats will always trump statements because I can say someone's as fast as lightning, but if they never dodge lightning, how can I prove it? Oh, you could probably prove it through chain scaling, but if no one else has dodge lightning, then, well, you're out of luck. But if we show someone like Gun dodging lightning, then there we go, he's as fast as lightning. Well, you probably don't know how at first we got the Lookism verse at building level. But anyway, like I said, this is my last video talking about this, so if you still disagree, then just take window, because I don't really care anymore.